Alright, welcome to part 7. It's a nice weekend day, so hopefully I'll be able to finish in one go. So far everything looks pretty good. The only problem is gold. Yep, we are at 11,400, but somehow we need to... Ooh, a spy. It was killed, good. He's the one with most gold. He doesn't want to trade with us. And now he's trying to spy. Can we get him to promise not to spy? Ah.
It's of the mindless.
This is very insulting. I feel quite hurt by what happened, but alright. So maybe we should... Let's add an envoy here. Yep, I would love to save this envoy to protect the other city-state, but this will add like 40 gold per turn. So for the next 20 turns, that's around 800. So not insignificant. Now, for the trade routes here, I think we should balance gold with a bit of production. Something like Egypt. Also give us food. We don't really need any more culture. So we can focus on that. Alright. Now tech-wise, we are very close to rocketry, and we're gonna start building a spaceport soon. But there's also a lot of these old, previous era techs that we need to research. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, musicians are great. I love musicians. We can sell this for a lot of money, but the only problem is, does any of the civs actually have any spots to put these great works in? I think that's one of the big drawbacks in this particular game. That pretty much nobody except, who was it, Egypt, bought or made any theater squares. Yep. I wish we had more civs that were actively competing with us and building theater squares, because then we could simply sell them, all our great works. Now, if that kind of happened, I think we should improve that city a bit. And here, definitely chop the uni. If that happened, and if we had one of those civs in the game, then maybe we would have lost one of the great riders. And that's pretty much it. They have, when they face this many theater squares, plus the Pantheon that gives us great people points, they pretty much have no chance to get a great work. Maybe one. Let's scam these 3 goals as well. Alright, so seems to me that gold is a particular problem. Production in this city also needs to be increased. I'm not sure the city can work this tile. I think we should chop that project in Corinth. I know it says 14 turns, and it seems like it will finish before we... Yep, it doesn't belong to the city. Before we end the game, assuming we're ending somewhere at around turn 150-ish, but it actually won't, because every next civic that we research, every new technology that we open, the cost of the research project goes up. So in cities with low production, sometimes you can actually never ever finish it. Alright. This scientist will give us 1000 science, and we're getting globalization next turn, so I'm really happy. Maybe we transfer this trader to Sparta, because spaceport is 1500 production. That is really a lot. And we need to build it in less than 20 tons. Alright, make deal. Can we do a research agreement together? Rocketry. You know what? I'm actually going to do this research agreement. We will get rocketry before 8 turns anyway. Ooh, spy. Finally, we'll get rocketry before 8 turns are over, but that will give Gilgamesh a boost instantly. Now, Where's the woods? There was woods here, right? And the appeal is now average, and we need a breathtaking appeal. Okay, so Mohenjo-Daro has chopped the woods, and the neighborhood that we were making doesn't have the breathtaking appeal anymore. And now I'm stuck with the scout here. Can I survive this? Are you gonna? Yeah, he'll survive. It'll be alright. So there's no point in finishing that neighborhood. Let's get a builder. Alright. Is this it? Shall we start moving towards rocketry? Finish it in 4 turns. Then start making a spaceport. Globalization will give us a huge boost to production in that city. I think I've put 6 trade routes there. That's plus 30 production. Let's say over 15 turns, that's 450. That's good. Yeah, thank you, friend. Cool. So, what can we sell? The only problem is I'm not interested anymore in any gold per turn trades. I really need as much as lump gold as possible. The game will be over before these trade deals expire. Alright, we've got robotics. We've got social media, 2 more turns. You go there. Alright. Should we go with these technologies from previous era? Oh my god, there's 4 of them. The problem with these technologies is they create overflow, and we can easily lose that overflow. So let's get conservation. That will give us 3 envoys, and let's deal with the policies. We can take out all the cultural policies. We need 100% science. We need plus 5 production and 10 gold from trade routes. Then 10% science for each city-state that we're suzerain of. We could consider the protection from spies, or we don't have cities on foreign continents, maybe just 2, so it doesn't make sense to use that card. So potentially plus 1 science, plus 1 culture from trade routes. We need more gold. Where is the adjacency card? There it is. So 100% commercial hub adjacency card. That would give us approximately 20 gold per turn. Anything else? Nothing that actually gives us gold. So let's go with the production toward builders. In 3 turns, when we get the envoys, we can put back the double envoy card and get more city-states under our control. Alright, what's happening here? You get that builder, and we don't need the neighborhood anymore. Let's chop another builder. Alright, done in 1 turn. So here, improve, make a mine. We're already at 70-ish production. It will increase. Definitely. Alright, 81. The question is, can we increase this production even further? You make that great work. Can anybody slot our great work? Does anybody even have money? Oh man, they're all bankrupt. Everybody except Saladin. And he's giving us 1 gold for a luxury. That's really unfortunate. Maybe we should definitely go for this envoy. Should we? Yeah, can we get any of the other envoys? Guidance systems, we can get that one. We can get nanotechnology as well. Nope. Too far. We can get that one as well. Yeah, all these other city-states are too far for a trade route. So let's get an envoy in Mohenjo-Daro. Hopefully that will prevent somebody from stealing the city-state. Alright. So our science has moved from 400 to 800. So we effectively doubled the science output, which makes me really, really happy. Alright, now we have to research these technologies from previous eras, which is great, but for example, castles cost something like 300 to 400 science, but we are currently making around, thank you, 800 science, which means there is a big overflow in science, and this overflow moves for the next round. Now the problem is, and I've realized this only recently, and then I've read a bit on the Civ Fanatics, and it's confirmed. The problem is that we lose the overflow. Oh. How did the scout get back here?
If you see a castle
I could swear I've sent it.
you must walk there to meet the extraordinary dreams.
I've sent it there. What happened? I'm really not sure what happened. Anyway. Did I click? Did I shadow click? I don't know. Ghost click? So, you move there. Let's go into finishing rocketry in one turn. So there's this overflow, and normally the overflow moves into the next technology, right? So rocketry, for example, said 3 turns, but once we put a turn in castles, we're now putting more than 800 in rocketry, probably somewhere around 1100 science. The problem is, if you get a Eureka, you completely lose the whole overflow, and I think that is a bug. And normally during the game I don't really care about this, and I don't even want to care about it now, but to an extent we should, at least a little bit. Let's put this guy to sleep there. At least a little bit, because if we start researching all these old technologies, we will have a maybe even 2,000-3,000 science that we can lose with 1 Eureka. And I don't think that was the intended behavior, but that's how things are. Shall we sell this? Or wait till she gets just a tiny little bit more gold? No one's got gold. Alright, they don't have gold for some good trade deals, so what I will... Why are you there? Please move. Please move from our tile. Why do you even have a sauceman there, you know? Anyway, and why do you have a knight there? Anyway, I think I would have to milk the AI a little bit for gold. That is, do a series of small trade deals where I will trade gold per turn for lump gold, because otherwise, just looking at the projection, how much gold we're making, how much gold we need, I think there is a risk that we will be 1 or 2 or 3,000 gold short if we're aiming at a finish before turn 150. Alright, you move there. We can chop that to get some extra population in this city. It's got huge production. Alright. Spaceport, 20 tons. That means we finish the spaceport after turn 150. I can't accept that. We have to get this down. So how can we do that? We get population. Alright, so this can become a mine, right? Showy chop. Chop. Alright, we increase the pop. Let's get advanced flight. Takes exactly 1 turn. Alright, so there's no research agreement that we can make with Gilgamesh, but we can get this money. just lump gold. Let's get everybody else regain some money. He's got a lot of money, but he's not willing to share. Do you want to share your money? Oh, he will. Huh, but I want all your lump gold. 240. 260. No. How much would you give? So I'm not sure why he suddenly changed his heart. But this happens from time to time with the AI. And now we're back to very meager offers. Alright. You don't move, sleep. Alright. He's still got his swordsman in our territory. Let's move away. Candy. Did we even meet Candy? Can't remember. I think we did. Uh-huh. Spy from English Empire. Very disappointed. So how much would you pay to get your spy back? 11 gold per turn. No. She's got a theater square, so maybe we can sell a book. 21 gold per turn. Give me all your lump gold. The other problem with AI is you can't just wait for them to have 200-300 gold and then do the trade. Most of the time, as soon as they have 100-200 gold, they just squander it. I'm not even sure what they're buying and what they're using this gold for, but it just disappears. Yeah, we finally met Candy. Huh. Alright. 8 envoys. We've got no chance to get that.
A Renaissance painting to cook a meal.
So now, we've got 3 envoys, and the question is, let's get cultural heritage. That will also give us 3 envoys. So what do? We can take out these 2 cards, get the double first envoy card, and get double envoys when the suzerain has a different government. Alright. All good. And now let's try to steal some city-states. So La Venta, 3, 5, 7. Alright, and we now just need to see whether Saladin will steal it back. Should we go this one? Oh wow. Or maybe do these. 1, 2. Why don't we just use the great scientist to try to clear them all? He should give 1,000, right? Science?
The printing press has done for the mind.
But he didn't. 1,000 science should have researched all those technologies. Doesn't matter. Let's get electricity and let's move on. Alright, mine. Now it takes 17 turns. We still need to increase this. That's 151. So we need to go further down. If we swap and get this tile, 16. We still need to go down. Alright. We need this tile back. Alright, release that tile, put it there. Still 16 turns. We've got maximum production that we can have, and we've got still 16 turns and 16 turns for the Big Ben. Alright, so if we increase population now, 15 pop, why does it say 17 turns now? It should be back to 16, not 17. Alright, do this one. We're back to 16. I think we could maybe make a lumber mill there. Plant some woods in a turn and then make a lumber mill. Alright. And we should probably get this guy to create one more mine for us. Alright. You can go there to sit on the aluminum. Uh-huh. You're back in the game. Alright, let's see what's here. England. Fighting a war with Norway. Defending with a catapult in their own territory. Ooh. Another goodie hut. I like this endgame goodie huts. Although normally they mean that you lose a scout, but sometimes they give fun things. Alright. Time to click next turn. And I'll check the AI gold in the meantime. England is now making 45 gold. That's good. Alright. How much have you got? Would you buy a... Oh no. So she's got a theater square, but she doesn't have an amphitheater. She can't put in a great work. Can you? She can. I should have sold the great work of music first. Alright, 19. Good. Can you buy anything from us? No. How much? 94. I'll accept it. Because let's say we finish at around turn 150. That's 15 more turns and we're making 770 per turn. Research agreement. Satellites in 5 turns. Let me just give him 1 gold so that I remember. So, and let me get this 94. 3 gold per turn. 4. Alright. Does that really make sense? 4 times 15, 60. And we get 94, so we're plus 34 gold. Doesn't matter. Let's get computers. The problem is if we keep the game running 15 more turns and making 750-ish, let's say, right? That's not going to be enough. That's around 10,000 gold, bringing us to 27, and somehow we need to get to 30. And that's assuming we've got 15 turns, but ideally we should activate the Big Ben before. So let's get Kabul. Alright. And we've got 1 envoy and 1 envoy only to protect. So we can take out the envoy policy, but keep out the protective one. And I think none of these policies make sense. Nothing brings gold. How many turns till we get an envoy? 1, 2, 3, 4. And it would be 3 if we speed it up. Does it matter anything? 1 turn more or less. I'm not sure it will change anything. Alright, so that case, let's get the Wonder production and stop worrying at least about whether Big Ben will come in time. It goes from 15 to 13, so not much. But so here we can make another mine. Let's get this guy to help. It's getting a little bit windy here. And not just a little bit. Alright, 16 pop, 14 tons. You go there. You remove the improvement and then chop next turn. Alright, so... what's here? A pikeman. Alright. Oh, a horse. I didn't really expect that, but... what can you do? Alright, this is pretty typical game. Norway has denounced everybody. Everybody denounced Norway. Fairly typical. So this guy, we could buy him with faith. And if we buy him with faith before we get to recruit him, that will give us some kind of a marginal saving.
So
what's this?
is human, but to really foul things up,
one
you need
population.
a computer.
Alright. So, robotics. It just takes 1 turn, so we're saving all overflow. You get back to campus research grants. Got another builder. So we could potentially improve this. Ooh, we can make a giant head now. Alright. Why don't you make a mine there? Alright. That's something. 12 turns. Now I'm getting quite positive. We managed to reduce it below 150. But can we get it to 11 turns? Maybe we can if we made a... sorry for this. Alright, to explore. Alright. So this will finish before we end the game. And it will give us quite a large number of great people points. And each of them is worth, I think, 10 gold. So that's something to keep in mind. Alright. I'm obsessively checking if the AI has gold. Ooh. We lost the city-state. And we lost Kumasi as well. That's really, really unfortunate. And we've only got 1 envoy at this point for protection. So, what do we protect? And we've lost the scout. Do we take Kumasi back from Montezuma?
Robotics has been around forever, and it's been the next best thing forever. And it's so exciting and compelling that it's easy to get carried away.
I think we do that one. I don't like Montezuma having anything. He's been really annoying from the very beginning of the game. Alright. We now have to go back and research these earlier technologies. We can get this guy to wait. You can make a mine there. Can we reduce this to 10 turns? Wait, 10. I think we've reached the limit. We could potentially be chopping things, and I could take and spend the time to calculate how much we... If we change this one, does that make sense? No, nothing changes things. We could take time to calculate how much exactly are we going to get from the chops, etc. Because normally what I do, I leave 1 or 2 chops extra as safety. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm not going to bother calculating anything, so let's just get all the builders in position for the final chops, let them to sleep, and the next few turns the only things that we need to worry is whether we're going to lose more envoys. You harvest 400 gold and go there to chop. Alright, why is it taking 6 turns? It should not be 6 turns. Let's just wait and move him manually. I can't trust the pathfinding in this game. Alright, 2 turns to get more envoys. A few turns to get the satellites. Alright, Arabia declared war on Egypt. I wonder whether they'll be able to do anything. Egypt doesn't have any army. And most of the AI don't have army. What they probably have is ridiculous amounts of faith. $150, $140, $136. All right. What about you give me the rest? 3, 5. Conversion rate with Norway is really, really bad. What about England? All right, we can get this. All right, Gilgamesh. 40 gold. Huh. Let's take 30. Gandhi, what do you have, mate? 46. I can give you 2. All right. You. All right, I'm taking this. $159. Oh, this is a really bad offer. Not even 130 gold. All right, taking it. And what can we sell to you? All right. Oh, we stole 700 gold from Cairo. If we manage to get one more good spy mission or a good promotion, then that will make me really, really happy. And we've got the market economy card. I'm thinking, should we swap the... Alright, envoys. We can get this one back. Alright, you get in position. We have almost all city-states. But this is a problematic moment because other civs are entering into... Is it Renaissance? Is it Industrial Era? And they will be researching all these civics that give them envoys, so we can rapidly lose these city-states. Alright. 4 turns. So we either put something in satellites, or we'll get a boost for that one. Or we go back. We have to research all these previous techs. Sometimes the 1 turn per tech becomes your biggest limit. Alright, let's get a random civic. So this card, we can do this swap now, right? Alright. Let's take out the Wonder Production. We don't need it. We still keep the Envoy card, because we're getting the Envoys in 2 turns. Now, 6 turns if we use automatic. Let's use manual. The reason why I don't want to activate... Let's see what promotions we've got. None of these promotions are relevant. So let's just try to squeeze one more mission. I don't want to waste a turn on promotions. Let's try to squeeze one more mission before we finish the game. Alright. Everything looks good. I've got 2 chops in my capital, so that will help finish the Big Ben in time, definitely. Spaceport will finish before turn 150. So hopefully if we play our tech game right, and if we get just a little bit more gold from the AI, we can finish this in 150 turns. Never mind.
Never criticize a rifleman until you've walked a mile in his shoes. That way, he'll be barefoot and you'll be out of range.
Alright. Almost. Maybe 1 more or 2 turns so we can buy him with faith. Alright. Steal. So, we get back this city-state. We are suzerains of 11 city-states. And we've got 2 envoys to protect. And that's it. I know 11 sounds amazing, but it can't last. It can't possibly last. Alright. I think every builder is in position. $11 turns. Can we make it 10 turns? If we focus everything on production. No. He stole that hill from us. Alright, I think I'm fine with 11 turns, because we do have 150 chop there and another 90 chop here. So, and that's pretty much 4 turns. So we don't have to worry. We will definitely get Big Ben in time. We need to get Big Ben, let's say, somewhere around turn 147, 148. Alright. Alright, he's got a lot of gold. Denounced everybody. Nobody has a navy. I mean, the whole diplomacy system is really an amazing idea on paper. But the execution is... Do you want to buy horses? but the execution is really, really problematic. Really problematic. All right, I'll take it. Let's do this. All right. I'm taking it. Let's give him some gold for this. 1 gold. Oh man, I feel really bad about doing this. Finally, he wants to do a trade. I can't leave it for next turn, because next turn he may be angry again and not want to do the trade. It's just so random. What do you want for this? 5? 6? That's a rip-off. I'll take it. It's still a rip-off. But for the next 10 turns we pay him $6. That's 60. He gave us 120. That's a profit of 60. But we double it with Big Ben. That's 120. That's the logic. My basic ballpark here is that we are still going to be a little bit short. With 22,920. We're going to be a little bit short with gold. So we need a miracle. We need a spy to do a successful mission. Alright. Just sleep there. Sleep. Alright. You just go there and make sure he doesn't attack us now. So I'm gonna make a quick coffee and we can